domain and range of the inverse. The domain of the inverse is the range of f of x, and the range of the inverse is the domain of f of x. We should know that. So here, I'm going to let y equal that. I'm going to swap or interchange, it doesn't matter what you write, x and y. So we get x instead of the y and y instead of the x. And I'm going to solve for the y. So take away 2, and only way to get rid of that is to take log e. Only way to get rid of that e is to do log e of that. So there's my inverse. Any questions up to there? Okay, quick way to do domain and function. I like to have a little sketch. Okay, normally e to the power of x has an asymptote at x equals 0, but this one's been translated 2 units up. So it's at y equals 2. So e to the power of x looks like that. The domain is reals of the function. So the range of the inverse is reals, and the range of this function is from 2, not inclusive, to infinity. So the domain of the inverse is 2 to infinity. Any questions there? Okay. Let me clear this one. Example 28, rewrite the equation with x as the subject. So we're just rearranging things to make x the subjects. So the first thing that we should do is get rid of the positive 3. So we get y minus 3 equals the 2 log e of x. Divide by the 2. So y minus 3 divided by 2 equals log e of x. And the only way to get rid of the log e is to do e to the power. So we get x equals e to the power of y minus 3 divided by 2, which is what I've got. Any questions on that one? I'm rushing through these ones because we've done inverses heaps of times now. It's just the e that's been introduced. Okay, we're about to clear it. Example 29, this is question 11 from your book, and it says f of x equals 2 e to the power of x minus 4. Find the inverse. Right, I'll do it all again, even though it's done there. Let y equals f of x, which equals 2 e to the power of x minus 4. Swap x and y. We always must say this. So x equals 2 e to the y minus 4. Bring the 4 across, we get x plus 4 equals 2 e to the y. Divide by 2. And the only way to get rid of this is to take log base e. And of course, log base e here. So we get y will equal log base e of x plus 4 divided by 2, which is what I've got there. And part B says find the coordinates of the point of intersections of the graphs of y equals f of x and its inverse. And I just did it on my calculator, which you've got there. Okay, I'm just solving. And I did it on my calculator. I didn't show it there. I thought I'd shown it. Sorry, that was just rearranging the y. So any questions on example 29? Okay, example 30. It says let f of x equals k log 2 of x. Given that f inverse of 1 equals 8, find the value of k. So I've just shown you how to do it on the calculator so you can see. All right. I've interchanged the x and y because it's saying for the inverse. So I've, instead of having my y equals, I've written x equals k log 2 of y. And I'm solving that. You don't have to rearrange it because really, rearranged or not, it's the same equation. I'm solving that equation, which I've just written here, which is the inverse, just not rearranged, given that x equals 1 and y equal to 8. And I'm solving it for k. Can everyone see how that's happening? And when I do that, I end up getting k equals a third. So let me rub that out and go through it again, just for those of you who need it. Okay, and it's a hard thing. Because we have to find the inverse, I am finding the inverse of this. So instead of y, I've got x equals k log 2 of y, which is that part there. That is the inverse, not rearranged. Rearranged will be y as the subject. But I don't have to rearrange it. And then they want us to find k, so I'm solving for k. And they tell us that the inverse at x equals 1 has a value of y equal to 8. And that's what I'm doing, given x equals 1 and y equals 8. So I found k. Any questions? Okay, example 31, rewrite the equation with t as the subject. Okay, by now we should know how to do this pretty quickly. Going to divide by the a, there it is there. Take log e's, so kt equals log e of p divided by a, and divide all that by k. So I get t equals, and I'm just going to put it as a fraction outside, log e of p divided by a. I could have done log e of p, all divided by k, it doesn't matter. I like to leave it as a fraction, but you don't need to. Any questions on that one? Okay, I'll clear this one.